Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Banner Saga. So in the previous episode, emotions ran pretty high among the party as they moved onwards towards the town of Frostfell, which we are now outside. Let's see what happened. We had to basically settle a bit of a civil war in the previous village. These two twin brothers, Hakon and Magan, were trying to leave the village to join our party. The village elder guy, the village chieftain, was not up for that. We ended up siding with the two brothers and killing a bunch of the villagers from the previous town, which tested the relationship between Rook and Alette, who we discovered was actually Rook's daughter. Oddleaf passed on the banner of Rook and Alette's town to Rook, on the understanding that Alette and he would look after the banner and continue to embroider the story of their village into it. One of the reasons we discovered that she did that was because she doesn't think that she should be the leader of the clan, given the fact that she is a woman and she wouldn't be taken seriously by other people they would have to deal with. Also because, as it turned out, her and the recently killed chieftain of the village were unable to have a child together, and so that would have meant the end of the story of that banner. So a lot of interesting stuff happened, and now we are outside the locked gate of Frostfell, where a lot of men and Varl from other towns have fled into the walls, fleeing the dredge, and the chieftain of the town has locked himself in his mead hall and ordered for the gates of the town to be closed. There are a lot of people outside the gates trying to get in, including us. So, yeah, lots going on there. Right, anyway, do we need to rest? Well, we are doing anyway. You spend a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in his great hall and closed the gates. There are a lot of wounded people here, adds Alette. We could help them. The rest house is overflowing with refugees, the sick and wounded, and noise. Tend to the wounded. Alette and Oddleaf spend the day along with others in your caravan treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gates. How rude. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around, Oddleaf tells you. Could be a way in, Ivor replies. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oddleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it will probably mean no more food for the refugees. We could try ambushing the cart, or wait and confront them. I feel like we need to do something with this cart. So, but I'm going to avoid confrontation unless I absolutely have to, so we'll choose this one. We'll wait and confront them. Keep your sword down until we need it, you tell Ivor. We'll make a deal unless they're looking for a fight. Early the next day you spot another cart leaving the gates of the city, as after they've thrown their scraps to the refugees, you approach. Stop. My friend wanted to talk with you. It's not what I wanted. Think I can guess why? If we knew there were more fighters and Varl out here, Achil might have brought you in the city. Who's Achil? He's in charge up there. In charge of what? Better let him explain. Fine. Let's go. He nods. You follow him back up to the gates, where they open the doors for you. A man clad in black approaches as you step inside. What in the depths is this? Whoa. That guy looks super pissed off. His twitching eye looks pretty cool. The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees notice. You said you wanted fighters. You heard about the chieftain? We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh really? Think you mean hiding out in a grave. He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? Soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story anyway. At least 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst are the godforsaken Varl. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there? Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight. You've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me, and to take back Frostvellir. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine. Cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damned streets. Think carefully about what you want. Right. I feel like we need to settle what's going on in Frostvellir. And I feel like safety is probably in numbers. Ivor was right that it's going to be risky trusting this guy when we don't know the fullness of his agenda, but we'll join him for now. Good, because whatever else you were thinking would have been a bad idea. Fair enough. Achil shouts to his men, and with the gates closed, you follow him down obscured alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Making it up as we go, Ivor. Chapter 3. Little did they sleep. Alright, we are back to the original party. Magan, Hakon, Ludin, etc. Hakon, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons. Extra supplies too. Nice. We've got tons of things. You perk up, just now realising Magan has been talking to you. Since Vognir died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hakon? I heard you. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property. A man named Eric. I remember him. Oh, it's Ubin. I love Ubin. Eric, I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants Dredge crawling through his streets. We've put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping of mouths then. Yeah, I remember this arsehole as well. You're sure that wound has healed, Ludin? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. Right. I feel like... yeah, Vognir's dead. There's no reason to stay. What do you expect me to do? Go back to my father and tell him one Varl died so the alliance is over? He has a point. As Vognir's Kender, you have the same responsibilities, Hakon. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some Dredge. Ludin turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering roads not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Ludin won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Ludin get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the warriors, Hakon? Tell them to be cautious. No more losses. Will do. Give the word and we'll set off. Right. We can talk to some people. Udin. And Magan. So it looks like I am now controlling Hakon rather than Udin, which is cool. I like how it focuses on so many people. It's nice. Oh, I see. Right, they're in each of these buildings. I can't do anything else here, so let's talk to them. Let's talk to Magan. Oh wait, no. Market, heroes. Oh, I see. Okay, right. Let's go to the market first then, I guess. See if we can buy anything for these guys. Wait, what? Oh, right. Vedrfell. Then there's... Oh, that's the map, not the market. Ugh. Sorry. Okay. Let's check who we've got. We have Hakon, Magan, and Gunnulf, and Eric. Fine. Hakon can be promoted, so let's promote Hakon. Yep. Magan, Gunnulf, and Eric. Promote Eric. Fine. I guess we are... Oh, right. So what I've just noticed, which is quite cool, is that while you control the other party of people, time still passes on this clock. So it's like this is following directly on chronologically from what we've just been doing at Frostvellir. So it's skipped out a load of the story which has just been explained. That's a nice touch. Let's talk to Ubin. Oh no, this was Magan, sorry. You knew him well, didn't you? Oh no, it was Ubin, sorry. Vognir? No. Well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never actually knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did, in any case. I suppose so. When he spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use help there. The scrivener leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you for your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Magan's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. What are you always putting down in that journal? How do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. They've got a banner in Aberrang for that, you know. You mean the long banner? Yes, the Menders wove up something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. No? It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. Whose story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Ludin's? Gods forbid. Ha, you relic. The gods have been dead a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old we Varl can get. Naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me. Just hunkers in Grofheim collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another one named Krumer is close, I think. But the addled son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. he'll probably be offed before I am. Although, the Scrivener gestures around him as if to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyway, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery bairn for Jorundr now. Can't remember half what I've done. Hence the journal. Hence, don't get fancy on my behalf, Hakon. Okay, I won't. What do you suppose happened to the sun? Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like this before. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's the end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the depths with you. Ha! Get some rest. Always more marching to do. I've hoofed more hills than a horse born with a grudge. Don't worry about me. Very interesting there. So it's cool that we get to talk to Ubin as someone else, because it gives us an interesting way into finding out more about him. Nice. Okay, let's talk to Mogr. I'd ask how you're dealing with Vognir's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady old Mogr, which is good. I know most of these Varl, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Vognir. Tell you the truth, I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Anything you can tell me about the caravan? Throw together this many Varl, half of them want to hit each other, the rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There's a couple of clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal, I've got it under control. The fighters we just got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. And there are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Vognir. Those are the ones to worry about. What about Ludin's men? They don't want to hear anything from me. I know that. Any problems? Could be. Ludin's pet Varl is named Bersi. His pet Varl? I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too, Irsa. She's probably the best fighter Ludin's got, to be honest. I've overheard some of the Varl call her the Witch. Ooh, I hope we get to play as her. Why? The flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets our Varl more than the dredge. Still doesn't make much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Hakon. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Haven't you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget, you weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope. I hung myself. So no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. You think we're walking into a death trap? This many Varl? No, we should be alright. Things could get rough though. I don't like being the one to send Varl to their deaths. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. Who would have expected Vognir to drop like that to a couple of slag? I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. I was actually wondering that too. I suspect foul play. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him even more than us. Although, I have to wonder... No, never mind. Anyway, I'll worry about the warriors, you worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What were you holding back about Vognir? I'd rather not say, Hakon. Why not? It's the kind of thing that gets stuck in your head, and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. If you say so, keep it to... No, sounds important. Tell me. How did Vognir die? He ran into Dredge. Wasn't expecting it. When we found him, he was lying face down like he was struck from behind. Did he really get taken down by some random slag? Who else was there? You think Ludin? He probably didn't, but... Damn it, we should keep an eye on that bastard. If you see anything else, tell me. I will. Let's get back to it. Let me know if you need anything else. I will. Yes, I had the same suspicion that Ludin had a part to play in Vognir's death, considering that I'm getting very negative vibes from Ludin, and he clearly displayed his distaste towards Vognir, and towards this alliance in general, so... yeah, interesting. Anyway, let's leave this place. Leaving Vedrfell. Look at that, says Magan. In the hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen though. We could just as easily pass by as rush up there to slaughter them. Ludin overhears. That's a dozen dredge heading towards Strand, he says. You ask him when he started to care about Strand. I don't, he replies. I thought you did. I think... what do I think? I think we'll send some warriors to take care of it. Will do, he says. Hopefully they'll be able to catch back up to the caravan. He rushes off to find some volunteers. Ludin and his men are not asked. You return to travel. -10 Val, okay. Hakon! You can hear Ludin's hard-booted trot as you set up camp the first day and brace yourself. Can we speak as equals? We can try. It seems clear to me you plan to kill a lot of dredge along the way, am I right? We only kill dredge when necessary. If necessary, you're not fooling anyone. Don't assume only the Varl can fight. Do you understand me? That is my banner we fly to Grofheim, the banner of Aberang. I insist on joining in battle. Almost gutted in your first encounter and ready for more? Whatever you like, Prince. And, I expected more resistance. From Vognir, maybe. They tell me you were his kender. That's why you're in charge now. Some sort of next of kin Val thing. Don't you take on his responsibilities? That doesn't mean I can... No, why the tough act, kid? Don't look down on me again. Don't you dare. When you're nearly 200 years, it's hard to take a 20-year-old man, is that right? Seriously. You better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing I need to think about right now. Ludin looks at you as though you just punched yourself in the face. He heads back to his tent before saying whatever was on his mind. On Exertion. You've gotten some characteristics with characters with high exertion. Don't overlook this important stat. Exertion lets you add more willpower to your actions. Want to add more than 1 star to your attack? Upgrading to 3 Exertion lets you add 3 damage to every attack or move 3 spaces further than usual if you've got the willpower for it. Remember, each stat is equally important in combat. Choose wisely. Right. There are 2 people we can talk to, neither of whom I recognise. Can we upgrade their exertion in this screen? Let's see. That's exertion, isn't it, I think? Or is that? I cannot remember, but oh, I see, he gets a point every time he levels up and we haven't spent them yet. Oh right, so that's his willpower. I think that's exertion. So... and that's his strength, and that's his guard breaking power. And that's his guard. I think I get it. Well, he has high strength, so let's put up willpower and exertion. Fine. Mogr, no points. Gunnulf, no points. Eric, 2 points. Exertion and guard break, I think. Ludin, no points. Oh, that's Irsa the Witch. She looks pretty cool. Like it. Okay, let's talk to her, because she looked interesting. Irsa, right? She watches you approach with her head tilted back and points a thumb towards Ludin's tent. No, here for you. Oh? Can we talk? Irsa shakes her head no, a smile on her lips, eyelids low. Why not? I don't. In those two curiously contradictory words, you get two impressions. She has a beautiful obsidian voice, and this might be a complete waste of time. She watches you expectantly. You don't talk? No. You do, though. I don't. She smiles warmly, clearly enjoying her game. She watches you expectantly. It's about the flaming arrows. She raises an eyebrow. Varl and fire don't get along. All you get is a shrug. If you're going to use them... She pulls an arrow. There's a flick of the wrist you don't quite catch. Suddenly, a bird combusts in the tree behind you and falls to the ground smouldering. Half the camp has turned to watch. Don't tell me not to. You're Ludin's bodyguard? No, he's mine. Before you have the chance to be confused, she cackles, abrupt and loud, then looks slightly embarrassed. You are his personal guard, though. Her expression changes to, of course. How did you end up with someone like Ludin? Luck. Well, this has been fun. She crosses her arms, a hand on her chin, and cocks her head to one side. Until next time, Irsa. Hakon. You stop and look over your shoulder. I am a witch, so be careful. She puts her forefinger to her lips with a soft shh. You depart, not quite sure what to make of that. Intriguing. Very intriguing. Let's talk to this guy. You have a moment. As you approach Bersi... Oh, this is the Ludin's pet, Varl, I think? As you approach Bersi, he lowers the book he was reading. He doesn't strike you as the book-reading type. You're Bersi. You're Hakon. We've gotten that out of the way, haven't we? I had some questions. Say what you want to say. What's a Varl doing working for Ludin? What's a Varl doing working for another Varl? What difference does it make? It looks like you're in charge right now, so do me a favour and don't get Ludin killed. He's important to you? No, but that's one way to put it. Where do you learn to fight? Same way as you, by fighting. You know what I mean. I robbed well-protected merchants for at least one man's lifetime. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Not anymore? I've had a lot of jobs. Can I trust you? What a loaded question. Depends what you mean. Whose back will you have if things go wrong? Assume I'm looking out for myself and you'll figure it out. Does Ludin understand that? Ludin doesn't even understand that half his army is here just to protect him from the people he talks to. You laugh at the unexpected gouge. Bersi grins, pleased with himself. What do you want to know? I won't keep you any longer. See you on the battlefield, O leader of Varl. You could join us. I'm where I want to be. Don't forget what I said about keeping Ludin alive. Got it? As you step away, you can't help but wonder if there was a bit of threat behind that gravelly request. Very interesting stuff there. So we don't know anything about Bersi's agenda or Yrsa. So definitely setting up some very, very interesting things to happen here. Now I think all our heroes are rested. Yes, we have quite a few now. So, oh, do we have Bersi available? Yes, we do. Okay, so we can get rid of someone. Probably Ludin. Anyway, we'll deal with that next time. I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press like, and I will see you in the next episode of the Banner Saga. Take care, and goodbye.